We got talking
When you,
about the
when you
principal.
finish talking.
No, we're good.
All right. Is it on? Okay, this is the Board of Water Commissioners meeting, December 3rd, 2013. Here tonight are the commissioners, Mr. Dalzell, Mr. Ricker, and Mr. Toomey, myself, Carmine, and John Reza. First order of business is to accept the minutes for November 19th, 2013. Did you gentlemen find anything that...
I've read them and I am comfortable with them. I'd like to make a motion that we accept the minutes.
I'll second.
Oh, that there's a few corrections, I think, I don't know, on page 2, on the truck, the plow. Resident place ad by November 6, 2013, is this supposed to be December 6th?
Yeah, it's what you said.
Okay, we gotta change that. And then at the very bottom, this directive is, the correct term is a wage action. So you can just add in wage actions, not directive. You see that? Yeah, that's it.
Where is it?
At the bottom, Chairman asked that all present to sign off on this directive. It was wage action we signed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we have a motion on the table to accept these minutes and a second by Mr. Ricker. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous? Okay, the second order of business is signed purchase orders. What do we have here, John? Are these, is that right here?
Those are the ones,
Staples?
yeah.
Okay. Copy paper? That's a good price. Toner. Diaries, is that this thing here?
Yes, diaries actually are the actual books for the water operators to keep logs out at the well, right? Correct?
Right.
Yep.
So those yellow books, or they?
No, they're like actually hardcover.
Yeah. Keep them at each well station.
Okay. All right. What's this IM 1500 kVA UPS?
It's a battery backup.
Battery backup?
Yeah, the ones like you use for the computers.
Yeah.
The one at the tank, the powers the telemetering at the tank burned out, so we had to replace it.
So it's a heavy duty power supply
Yeah.
for emergencies?
Well, when the power goes out, it takes over and keeps the tank level,
Okay.
transmitting.
Okay. NEWWA. Managing in a unionized environment.
It's the last credits I need.
Oh, this is for you?
Yeah.
Okay. then Hart Cross Chemical,
Yeah, it's caustic soda for Welch.
455 gallon drums of chlorine. Caustic soda, right?
Yeah.
That hot top one that we didn't sign last week for the sidewalk, is that in the,
That's in there.
it's in the door?
It's in the door.
These empty drums, are they metal or plastic, John?
I think they're plastic.
Will they just take them back? Is there a deposit on them or something?
I think they just take it back.
All right, the reason I ask, they can use some at the cemetery.
Well, we probably got some of the white ones.
That's what I meant.
Oh,
Yeah.
those, yeah.
Do you
those
have some?
are- Those are different.
The white ones?
I'd have to check.
All right. They need some down the cemetery.
Okay.
You can just leave them by the building now. We have-
Okay. Abatements. We get the abatements?
This one's already done for Carafelli. I calculated out the, graph that you knocked there. And, it comes up to 298.20 from the last. The bill date was 10/10 was the one she was concerned about. So, if you subtract that, it brings the new bill to 85/20.
Which one is this?
Bennett Hill Road.
Dinsmore.
Dinsmore?
Yeah.
So we ready to produce an abatement for that?
Yeah. I'm gonna
Can we do it right now?
print one up. Do we have abatement forms here?
I don't know about the forms, but I do have the procedure, how to do it on CDS, but I've never seen the forms.
Oh, Karen.
Good evening, everyone.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
I'm Ted with Boston
This is
Computer
Mr.
Scanning.
Finley with Boston.
Yeah. Come on in. Thank you for coming.
Sure. Sit down on these abatements. We've been talking about some of these for a couple of months. Can we act on these in a timely fashion? Is that one for the lady way up Weathersfield Street? Is the paperwork done on that? Excuse me?
Which one is this?
I'm trying to think of her name.
That's
Okay.
Jeff Ferrari is,
Yeah, that's
is that
it.
her name?
Yeah, that's fine. That's,
The sheet, has the paperwork been sent to her?
I can mail it out. Well, I can attach it.
Did we sign off on that already?
Yes,
Okay, so that's ready to go?
it's ready to
Okay.
Can you put that in the mail for her tomorrow?
go. Sure.
Thank you.
And then there's two copies. One goes to us or? does it go-
Yes.
Okay. So we keep that on file?
Yeah.
And how about this one for the,
For Dinsmore,
on Bennett Hill Road?
have you've calculated everything up. So when's the data go into the computer to generate the bills?
Um,
Well, once I, you know, do the procedure on CBS, it should automatically be instantaneous. And it should have it right in there, so once I go through the process. 'Cause I do remember doing the Cafarelli one, that was the first one I did.
Okay. So does it take a long time, or can we do it now, or should we wait?
I can do it first thing in the morning.
All right. Okay. Okay, so for next meeting, we can have that abatement ready, right?
Yeah.
Which one?
Dinsmore. That's 12/10, right?
We have one next week. Next week is just that hearing.
Yeah, maybe we have to schedule another meeting, maybe it's the following week.
Yeah, on the 17th. Right? It would be 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Next week is just a.
And the following Tuesday is Christmas Eve, so,
Yeah, but the one
yeah, okay. Yeah, so I can put that on to the 17th, okay? Okay, so, were there any other abatements that were on the table or coming in, or requests from the customers? Any other,
One call came in the other day, but we have to go out and do it day longer.
okay. So they're gonna check that out?
Yeah.
No, maybe next week, next time. Okay. In line with the abatements, with the business, we have to, and we talked about this before, I think it's appropriate to bring it up now, is the liens. We've got a deadline of December 18th to put some of these bills that were in the past that weren't paid, so we have to make we have to go onto the tax bills for February.
What are we putting on for a number? In other words, I mean, we don't want to put $5 or $10, $20 ones on liens, you know, it costs us more in postage
Oh, I know, it's already on a payment plan.
you know, I mean, we gotta set
And
a
the
dollar.
payment plan, somebody's already in the payment plan, so you gotta look at those. So, I think Laura was doing that in the past, so who's doing that now, John? Figure out who's on the payment plans and who's the good lien.
Karen sent over the list.
So what kind of action we gotta take right now? Is, what would be an appropriate number that says that the lien process should be put onto a property? What kind of, you know, we have, what's the average bill on a monthly basis?
On a monthly basis?
Is there an average bill we get?
Well, it depends on household size, but I imagine it runs around 60 or 70.
Yeah, you can say 100, 80 to 100.
Yeah.
So if they say it's 6 months, what we got, 60 times?
In other words, 500,
Anywhere between like $360 to $500 should be the kickoff point. I don't know. What do you guys feel?
I feel we ought to go to at least a 5, for the simple reason, I mean, people look at the 1, 2, 3, 4s, you know, they're making a payment with Carmine, you try to work with them, but if you don't hear anything from them, what's a different story, but what I'm saying is, it's costing us more to file it and everything else. You know, to do the small ones, we should, you know, wait till it's up there a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
What did we do last year?
I always thought we had it at 500, but I could be
so,
wrong.
I think anything over 500, put a lien on it.
Right, but anything under
And-
5,
But commercial accounts, There's a couple of commercial accounts
About 1,000 or
that
something.
are ridiculous. Perhaps after so many days that valves should be turned off on a commercial account, if they have not made arrangements on a payment plan.
So why don't we look at it this way? So there would be no payments made toward a particular bill for maybe a period of 90 days, and anything over $500, we should put the lien on. Because a lot of these commercial
Yeah, I mean, it gives them 3 months to at least call down here and talk to them and try and work out something.
there
Right.
might have been a glitch and somebody got sick in the billing or payment department or whatever.
Right.
So I think 90 days is something that,
Okay.
Well, somebody fell on hard times like that,
I mean, we could take
we're
each
happy to
one.
work with them, somebody's
Exactly.
bill or something.
yeah.
It's not that, but their
Case to
commercial
case
account, there's
basis.
one there that's just shy of $2,500.
So $500 is a magic number and 90 days delinquent, no contact.
Now,
Or should we make it 120 days?
that's 4 months.
Have you folks got any ideas? Or-
90 days.
90 days.
Seems reasonable. You know,
I mean, if
that's a
they
good-
come down and
it's a
try
good
and talk to
period
them and try and do something,
Yeah.
it's a different
Yeah,
story.
I mean-
Ample amount of time
Right.
to try to work something out.
Okay.
You can only be an ostrich for so long.
Now, I have a question. These are commercial accounts. Many of them are tenants. How do you put a lien on them?
Well,
Because you have to turn the valve.
yeah, you have to put it on the property because you can't do it on a tenant, so. It's the owner's responsibility to make sure that his bills are paid or, nothing.
Whoever the meter's into, right?
It's the owner. I don't know if we have anybody that's leasing a place that has a meter. The bills
Well, what I'm
might
saying is, it's up to the person that has the meter to pay the bill.
All right.
And
The
they-
commercial account should be a shorter time frame a little bit over the residential. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know, I think that 90 days covers everybody.
I mean, one commercial account, they have a, like I just said, almost $2,500. Now, that's many months.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how it went that long.
Okay, so,
Commercial bills are higher,
Excuse me?
commercial bills are higher than home bills.
Yeah, but some of them aren't. I mean, that's a lot of water.
all right, so, I'm assuming that everybody's in agreement with 90 days and $500 as the
I am.
tickle point to initiate a lien. And we only do a lien this time of year, looking at the history and stuff like that, right? So we have two sets of lists here. One's pre fiscal year 14, right? And then the other one is fiscal year 14 up to till the September 30th. Is that right, John? Carolyn?
Yes.
Okay. So obviously the July, August, and September, if it's delinquent on July, August, and September, we know about it right now, beginning of December. So it's, do we have a number on how many people would fit in that category, or do we have to,
It's about 75.
we decide tonight and then you guys
Right, we'll sort that out.
figure
as far
out,
as-
sort it out for the next meeting?
Yeah.
So the next meeting is the 17th. So they're gonna need that information the following day.
See, it's about 75 of them, I think, around.
That
Okay.
timeframe, where if I, so you can give it to them to the 18th.
Okay. So that's the desire of the board. So we need to have, the policy right now is, we have a motion, 90 days and $500 and not on a payment, currently on a payment plan.
Yep.
Okay?
All they can do is, I mean, if they're on hard times, at least come in and talk and work out something.
All right, who's making that motion?
I'll make it.
Roy makes it, Jim makes second, Jim, you have a second? Okay, all in favor?
All right.
Now, what do you want to do about the commercial accounts, like $2,500 water bill, that's many months? And that's just one.
Well, he's over $500, so he's gonna get a lien on it for the amount that he's got. And he's over 90 days, so. I don't think we can treat them any differently than we treated all the customers, regardless of their commercial or not.
I believe the light department does.
Well, most of our commercial customers are paying on time, aren't they?
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah. So there's some odd situation. We don't want to get into, doing this much more than just this time of year, every year. We have to, get it organized. If it's a real problem next spring, then we ought to consider it and open it up in a discussion on the board. So, any other discussion on that?
So we want to leave the commercial and business the same.
All right. So that takes care of that. We have to make sure that's on the next meeting, the agenda. Okay.
Mr. Chairman, we take care of this computer man next, so he doesn't have to wait around.
Sure.
Yeah, because I think this is going to take a while.
Okay. Thank you. Why don't you come up and we get a little closer and we can talk about what we're concerned about. I think we're, the issue is a annual maintenance fee of, I think it's $1,600. Okay. So we're, concerned about cost over here at this board. And so we know we have a great product in your computer thing, but we're wondering what the $1,600 would cover. And the question was, it came about in comparison to like Microsoft or using one of them programs. You would buy it and get your license agreement with them, and then you would maybe have some upgrades. Similarly, we talked about AutoCAD programs like that, where you would buy the program, spend quite a bit of money, and then you would have that program at your your ability to use. And then when an upgrade came through, then you would pay an additional money for, you know, which seemed to be a lot less than $1,600. You might have come across every third or fourth year to upgrade your thing. And it was optional. So, you know, what we're looking at is how can we save money? But does the $1,600 provide the department? So could you please tell us, you know, what this, just give us some background. So we approached your company, what year was that, John?
2010, I think, maybe?
Yes.
2011, 2010, I think.
Yeah. And so we had a need for convenience to have maps and a computer program so we could access the information and know where the lines were on the street, and also on, you know, where the points of the gate valves, so we could, you know, take care of some of our customers if they had a leak release or a leak. So I think we provided your company what we had for a database, and I think you put it onto your database for access.
That's correct.
Yeah. So could you just give us more information on this?
Okay.
Because you know, we're looking at that $1,600 as an annual expense, and we're concerned about that cost.
Well, it's a valid concern. If you don't know what it's for, it doesn't make any sense. So the best thing for me to do is, if I can turn the projector that way, in 8 minutes I can show you the whole system and what it does.
Okay.
Okay?
That's
It's
great.
all set up. When we put the system in place, I met Jason at a New England Water Works Association meeting. I don't know if this is going to shine on anyone. You might. See if I can. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. If I can get that a little bit lower. Okay, so we'll have to. So I met him at a New England Water Works meeting, and he told me at the time that you had a PC-based system for your records management, your tie cards, and it was an old DOS system, and nothing would support it, and they couldn't get the data out into another system. So I told him, we can get your data out, and we can make it available on any web-enabled device, anytime, anywhere. The idea of this was every time someone goes out in the truck with a copy of a sketch, they come back and they mark something up and they put it in the computer. Someone else needs a copy, they have to come back, get a copy, and go out. So we told them, we'll save you 4 man-hours a week anyways. And what's your burden labor rate for a man-hour? I mean, you have so many dollars per hour. Is it safe to say $35 an hour burden labor rate?
Yeah, for them they would.
So we're telling you that we're saving you. We ought to be able to save you in hours of labor back and forth if the system's being used right, about 140 a week. But let's say it's 1 hour a week. So there's 140 a month that ought to be saved if you're using the system. If not, then there's no point in having it. This is, what I'm just going to show you here is you have water records. And the way this works, kind of a big screen here. Let's see, is there any way I can shrink that down? Yeah, okay. Well, go over here.
What you can do is move it up.
Yeah,
Closer.
I don't know if I can get anything with the correct height though.
Yeah, John, do we have some kind of a...
That's why it's on that.
You want to pick that table up, just move it up.
You want to take that table and just move it up?
If we can do that a few feet, that would be ideal. When you see what the guys do with this, you have an understanding. And I'm also going to show you some things you can do that you're probably not even doing with it yet. Okay, that helps. Let me close that door there. And I think you're good. Thank you.
Pushing that up.
Pushing me out. Move to the left. Oh, thanks, Doc. No problem.
Okay, so
Is that good?
that's great.
Okay.
That's considerably better. We have the whole thing there. Okay, here's what you have now. You have your water records online here, available on any web-enabled device, anytime, anywhere. You can search by meter number, street number, address 1, address 2. You can search for a portion of a street in case there's some spelling discrepancies along the way, which is inevitable. Most of them have been have been flushed out of your system by now though. Once you have the record you want, you simply click right here, and then what it does is there's a built-in viewer in the system, and the built-in viewer will go out and pull up your record for you. Now part of our system is this editing tool that allowed them to create these nice new sketches here. When this prints out, the computer data that says the address and service number prints on either side of it. So you get that along with your record. Now along with that, you have a notes section here. And the idea of the notes section is that any time additional work is done, anything at all out there, you're able to add a note and record what's being done. And you have topics here: connect, disconnect, emergency, maintenance, repair, or whatever. If this is used properly, you're recording all the work that's being done on site as it's being done. So that's the main purpose of this. Now, we also did the gate cards after that. And all that required was another tab. And let's take a look at a gate card here. What we're doing is we're storing your data for you. We're updating your software, so you never have to worry about it becoming outdated and having to pay a maintenance fee for it. We're giving you this instant access to these records out in the field, anytime, anywhere. And then you can add any file you want. So in this case here, your system has a lot more capability than is being used currently. So let's type in test, because I just made, while I was logging on here, I made a test record for you. So that's how easy you can add a new service. So it's just like adding a new service. I added test, okay? And there's nothing in there but an image. I used my tablet here, and I took a picture on this tablet. Picture me out in the field with this. Here's your database right here on the tablet. I'm out in the field. I take a picture of the hole in the ground. I save it, and now here I am on the PC-based one in the office. Let's cancel that and do this one here. And there's your record for you, just like that. The idea is, if someone's out in the field and they're working on something, and you get a complaint from someone in the town, they're calling and saying, geez, they just sprung a leak in front of my house, or they dug a hole in my lawn. You get someone on the field, they can take a picture, and you guys can see it in the office right away, and you can say, well, that's not what the picture looks like. So that data gets saved to the record as well. And again, all your records are available on any web-enabled device. Here's one of your sketches right now, right here. Okay. Now, in addition to that, these things also work on your phone too. So your records are on here. The idea of this is, this thing is used properly, you're supposed to be able to have current data updated to the second, anytime, anywhere throughout the town. You add records as you want. We got a call from Jason while he was still here one day, and he said, we have hydrant records. Can we add those to the database? Now in the old system, you couldn't go add something like that. The system was old, and it hadn't been maintained or updated. No one could add anything to it. I said, okay, log in 2 days and you'll have it. So we logged in 2 days, and you'll see there's your hydrant records now. So what he did was started to populate those. He always had a mindset towards automating everything, to eliminate labor, cost, time to go out and do things and come back and so forth. So here you have, let's see what one of these templates looks like. I'm not sure if there's anything. I think these are blank templates now. Yeah, they're blank. They're ready to be populated. You have all the data as he's keying them in for the hydrants. So he wanted street address, he wanted the hydrant number, and he wanted the type. And I guess that's the brand. And he also wanted to be able to link an image later. If we go into these services here, looks like he's got some additional information: street address, type, hydrant number. Okay. And then the key to the system here, one of the great features, in addition to having all your water records, all your gate records, all your hydrants, and any other public works records can be added to this system as well. Now, if you decide someday we don't want this system, we don't need it, we want it back on the PC, guys can come in and they can make a copy in the PC, they can drive out again and do it the old way. We put this in the system that no one else gives you. I go into admin here. Oh, by the way, I read the Globe. When I read the Globe and I saw Rowley Water Department in there, I knew that Jason was your system administrator. I went into the office at night, I logged in, actually I did it from home, and I disabled some accounts for you, just so no one could go in and maliciously cause any damage. That's the kind of service we provide. That's who we are, that's what we do. And I called your office the next morning and I spoke with someone here and asked what accounts do you need, what passwords you need, and we reset everything for you right away. So your system was protected and your data was protected. You can do that, anyone who's the administrator. It just so happened that Jason was the administrator. This command over here is your backup command.
Who typically is an administrator on
It's usually a superintendent, a supervisor, and it's usually someone that's really skilled with computers. You know, because it's not a tricky thing to add accounts and set passwords, but some people just don't like to sit down and use it. You need someone that's comfortable with computers and has some authority in the department.
Okay.
This-
Do you have any maps on this that show us where the water lines are?
Well, let's go
And where the
back.
hydrants are on the water lines in the
Try
streets?
the
Well-
gate program.
Okay, let's go back to the gates then. I don't know your data real well. We built it, and anything in particular, John? Just any one of these? This, if you have additional
maybe,
maps, sorry, go ahead.
Spencer Knowles at Turcot Drive.
Okay, this one here, let's see what we have. If you have larger maps, as I mentioned once before, we can add another tab for you, and we can put all those maps in here as well. And now you've got them available. Okay, so is that what you were talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. You have 4 gigabytes of disk space on here for your monthly maintenance and support fee. What we do for that is we provide support. We keep your system running current and new. Every time we add something new to US DPW accounts, it goes to all of our customers, so the technology stays current. If you want a new tab for some other department or something within your department, you simply call us and tell us, we put the order in, we program it in, and it's there for you the next day. You can do a lot more with the system. If you have new people that come into town, you call us. Your maintenance covers free training for them. We'll come up here, we'll sit down, we'll train them and show them how to use it. We'll go out in the field with you and show you how to use it. It's a simple system. We can train you over the phone, but we're always available to give you that additional support. If you want to take your data out of here, I want to cover this here with the time we have. We put into our system a backup command. This backup command allows you to pull all of your data out with or without your scanned images. I'm not going to take the images right now because it'll take too long. It takes everything out of there into an Excel spreadsheet, which you can then use in any other system you purchase. Now that separates us from everybody. The problem that we have when we go to municipalities is we have to decode an old system. Someone stopped paying maintenance on it. The system got old. No one can get the data out. We have a programmer that goes in and pulls that data out, and it costs money, it takes time. That'll never happen with our system. You can pull the data out into an Excel file at any point you want, and you can have everything available on your computer, with or without your scanned images. And the way it works is you get a hyperlink to every record. That's the file there, but it's an Excel file and it's all your data. So that's what we provide.
If I get this straight, you have the computer that has all this stuff on it.
It's on a server, that's correct.
You have it on a server, and then our guys can access that server via the internet, wherever they are, or the department here can access that database on an individual computer here.
Any computer here that it will access it, right?
Right.
Right. Yeah. We built your convenience, is what we did. We built you something that's supposed to save you more than the $160 a month. It's supposed to save substantial time and cost going back and forth with paper. It's supposed to automate everything for you. If it's not, tell us what you need, and we're doing something wrong here.
Yeah.
It's this system.
Well, can you show me examples of just, if you wanted to say, do a mock street with a pipe on it, how hard would it be to do that graphics right here?
Well, let me see here. Let's see, do I have that? You guys have an editor on a PC in here, so you're asking me to actually draw something then?
Yeah, draw a fictitious, Washington Square, 96 Washington Square, what the tie-in is, have the guy, have it such that you can just show us
Okay.
how hard it is to draw a street, put a building on it, show
This
a
is-
tie-in from the
Okay.
street.
This is a sketch editor intentionally designed to edit your sketches, your connection cards and so forth.
Okay.
Okay? Maybe the best thing for me to do, I'll start with this one here, then I can call down an image and just draw on that, which is most of what they do with these. So this is made, it's a simple tool made for, let's see here. Let me call down an image. Okay. Log in, I'll pull down an image. Oh, my connection. There we are, connect. It timed out on me. I have a very short timeout. Everything in our system is intentionally timed out quickly for security purposes. So I'm reconnecting. What you have is you have a editor that allows you to go in and draw easier than going in and using a CAD package. I've been using CAD for a long time, so I understand how it works. Okay, looks like we're connected.
So you're communicating to your server right now? Or is this a,
Yes, yeah,
This is
so
a-
when I log in again, yes, I am. I
okay.
am. Yeah. Let's minimize that. Make sure this is still working here. I have this on a portable, it's called a jetpack. It's possible the battery died on it. Let's see here. Here we go. Give that a minute. See if I can open an image to start with for you. Let's see. Open. Lightness.
So we got into this in 2010, John?
Yeah.
How many calls have we had to your company since 2010?
Calls for help with this or anything?
Yeah.
Well, we had, it was pretty regular when we had, when John was here, Jason. But we haven't heard anything in a while. Anyway.
Okay.
A lot of setup.
I don't know that it's getting used.
So it was a lot of setup type questions and,
Yeah, there was a lot of setup questions, yeah, modify this, modify that, can you change the wording of the search fields and so forth,
oh, okay.
That's pretty much done, unless you want to use the system for other things now, that's in place.
It
They don't-
was like when he showed that Turcot and he showed the pipes going to the different houses.
Yeah.
The guys were up there with a water break. I mean, they can go in the pickup and they can see where the lines go
Yeah.
and save a lot of time. I kind of like that idea.
Yeah, I do too.
When we put this into, in Rhode Island, Woonsocket, I think it was, they told me they saved about an hour and a half in an emergency call at night, just by jumping
Sure.
in and taking this out there with me.
Could you go back and look there before you're done
Uh-huh,
and just pick any street that's got like, say a housing project on it?
okay.
Like say Circuit Drive or something like that. And it shows where all the connections are. So the other board members kind of see that.
John, you're gonna have to help me out. Is that on the water records or gate cards, you know?
What do you want to see?
I would just think like say Circuit Drive or Seawood Lane where you get a bunch of houses, you know what I mean?
So this circuit, what I did was, the system set up, you can type in a portion of what you're looking for. I typed in circuit without typing in drive, and it told me there are 15 records. So here's circuit drive, and here's the tie card, I believe, for each one. This is the old card, this is the old system right here. Let me save that. You can tell because that's a dot matrix printer. So now I'm going to save it to the computer and I'll call it up in the editor. And we'll open it up in there. It's right there. Okay, so let's go look at that editor for a minute. Because you were asking about how easy it is to edit these. And you have this on a PC on the other side of the wall, I believe. Let's see, so custom date, date, where to go? Okay. Ah, there it is. Okay. These are TIFF images. Everything we built for you, we built in industry standard file format, so you can use it in any other system. If you get a GIS system in place, this will link to it. So you can have all your records stored here. The idea is this is supposed to open your records up instantly for you. It's not supposed to be any time delay for you. So now I come in, I can draw a
So
new
what I'm
line.
saying here, Tim, is, you know, get stone wall, show the tree, you know, I mean, the guys are out there digging.
Come in here and I can erase information. I can I'll draw outside the box, as they say.
Don't make that permanent, please.
Oh, no, it's on the PC.
Yeah, don't save.
Not to worry.
Save changes.
Identify that guy's stopping
We
now.
call this 88A, yeah, okay. And, let's see, just put that in there like that. And then I can come in and take anything and resize it and move it around as I need and so forth. Okay, it's a sketch editor. It's made to be quick and easy, draw things and bring you up to speed with your records. Save that. Now you were asking me for, so I'm not sure what else you want me to draw here. So it's non-intelligent. So to understand why it's non-intelligent, let me explain about your TIFF images, because it could just as well be a PDF image. What you have there is dots connected together forming all your lines in your text. There's no intelligence. The system doesn't know that it says that person's name or Rowley or that that's a square or anything. So you have non-intelligent data. A CAD file is intelligent. Every entity knows it's a square, a rectangle, a line, a font, a text, or whatever. The idea of this is this format is usable all the time in the future on any system. When I save this, those red lines become pixelated as nothing more than bitmap, dots connected together like your current data. The beauty of that is this will open in any viewer now or any time in the future. If we save it as a CAD file, I've been using CAD since 1979. In 1986 at GE, we tried to use our old CAD files. Nothing would read the tapes. Even if it could, the operating system was outdated and the CAD application was outdated. If you take a CAD file and you tuck it away for 8 years, you won't be able to read it. This type of file you can always read. When the government takes computer data, they require what they call bitmap or raster image, a flat file with no intelligence, so it can always be viewed later. It's like a Microsoft Word file. If you take a Microsoft Word file from 8 years ago, you might be able to read it, you probably won't on the current PC. Everything we build with a mindset that you can use it now or anytime in the future on this system or any other system. So you won't get stuck in that position you were in when I came in here, where your data in your database was no longer usable. So that's part of what we're bringing you here.
So when you came in, the database was no longer usable?
The database was DOS.
Yeah.
I don't know how much longer you can keep a DOS system running, but nobody could update it anymore, so it was frozen in place. I'm not sure if they were adding new records to it. I'm not sure. I know there was a disconnect between those sketches and the data in there. I don't think anyone was able to edit sketches anymore.
No, it was an old, like Windows 95.
So what you did is you just scanned the images that they printed out, and then you put it into a database. Okay.
Yeah. So we did all that, and it was a fee for that. It was a modest fee, but we did all that.
Yeah.
And so what you're getting now is you're getting the ability to pull all your data out with the backup command, which you can do anytime you want. The ability to link to any other system. This will link to your billing system if you want. We'll work with the billing company.
Yep.
These companies aren't always willing to work with us, but we will make a bi-directional interface for you to go back and forth. Take all your current addresses with owner names and properties and bring it into the system, and now you have all current owner names. You can update it twice a year if you want. We've done this with other towns. We're giving you the support and the training, we're giving you the disk space up to 4 gigabytes, and we're giving you the convenience of having your data on any device anywhere, at any time.
Okay.
You just have to weigh those against the cost of cutting it, and I can't tell you which is better. If this is used, it should be a better deal.
So, but getting back to my question, how hard is it to put a map on, say a new address pops up? If somebody
Okay.
puts a house up,
So,
and the guys go out there and there's a tie-in, and they take the measurements, and I'm like, how hard is it for our technicians to take that information, a new dwelling, street location, a street house,
well, I'm gonna
a
click
gate
that.
valve, and, you know, tie-offs, and
Mhm.
just, you know, how involved is something like that
Hmm.
to create a TIFF file on your program?
Well, I can't draw you a sketch right now.
Okay.
We built symbols, and I don't know if the
Was it
symbols...
easier to draw it on a piece of paper and scan it and then put it into your system than it is to draw it on your system?
For some people, yes, some people
Okay.
no. Our system will take both, by the way, for that very reason.
Okay.
You can sketch and you can scan and you can link it, or you can draw it in the template, and the template comes with little symbols.
Yeah.
I know we made symbols for Jason for all the different things, hydrants. I don't know how wide right now, but we built them all for you guys, and they're all in there somewhere. So you click on a symbol. Now, if I add a record, all I do here is I go add water record, and then I populate whatever fields, and there's a lot of fields in here. So you have pipe used, size, length, and kind. You have meter number, lot block, street, addresses, owner name, front image, back image, a diagram image, the date the pipe was laid, the cost, size, yard length, street link tap,
Yeah.
GPS, X and Y, and comments. Again, that data will export to any other system. So that's it. You fill those, you either link a scanned sketch to it that you hand drew, or you draw one in a template and you save it, either way.
Okay, so then you can scan it. Can these guys scan it and put it into this thing, or do they have to go through you?
You can use any scanner you want, and you can just simply, you don't need me. You go over here to
So,
Files.
but if they can't do it, they can call you guys up and say, hey, look, I'm having trouble here, and you can give them support.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
All right,
Yeah, absolutely. We want the system to be used.
right.
That's what we prefer. We prefer you taking pictures and adding pictures to it, so you're recording the front elevation of a property or whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
And I think some of that was started too. I don't know how far it went.
Okay.
Some of us computer savvy can scan and link it. Some of us not, probably couldn't.
That's it.
That part, we're kind of limited in how we can help you.
This new project going on down the golf course, is that, does it have a map with all the tie-ins and everything? Are they providing that for us?
Well, they're supposed to provide an as-built project.
So when it's finished, they're gonna give us an as-built.
Right.
So how many tie-ins they got in there now?
I don't know the exact number. Which one?
Down at the golf course.
I forget how many units that is. It's like 20 or 30 units, I think.
Yeah, how many they got done now?
I'd say that must be 20 or less.
Yeah. And it's all paved down there now, so they know where everything is, right? So
Right.
they just haven't got us the as-bills yet.
Well, usually when they finish the project, they, you know,
So they're gonna have we have a project going on in town, it's a rather big one.
Mm-hmm.
It's like at least 20 units. Is it 20 customers, or is it just 7, or it's
Each
7?
place is gonna have its own meter, correct?
right,
So each place, each townhouse in those units has its own meter?
right,
Okay,
each unit.
all right, so at the end of the project, they're gonna provide us a as-built plan, probably an AutoCAD drawing.
Okay.
So can you scan that, or you just take that AutoCAD drawing and convert it over to a TIFF and put it into the program here? Is that what you do?
Any options available. You can
Yeah.
pull it in as a CAD file as long as you have a DWG reader on the PC, a CAD reader
Yeah.
that will read it. If you want it as a flat file, a TIFF file as we call it, you can save it out of AutoCAD, or you can ask your contractor, the developer, to save it and give you a PDF or TIFF file, which they
Yeah.
should do.
Yeah,
These are multi-layer though, so you may have to describe the layers for them that you need.
right.
Then you can import it. Alternatively, us or anyone else can take the hard copy and scan it.
So we could, I'm just looking at our options. Our options are to pay a maintenance fee to your company every year
Mhm.
to provide support to us. Or would you, on an as-needed basis, provide support to us?
Well, if you're asking would we stop the license fee and keep it up and running, no, we wouldn't, because we're storing your data on there for you, and we're constantly giving the software upgrades. We're a small company. We don't charge a lot for what we do. I mean, relatively speaking, but you have to be using it to make it worth your while. So I understand if you
Yeah.
don't think that you're getting that kind of use out of it.
When's the last time one of the guys called you?
Again, we have not heard from anyone, but when the transition took place, I called,
Yeah,
and I came in, I sat down, I changed accounts and so forth, and I don't think I've heard from anyone since then.
okay. So we still own the data.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you provide support to us would be either a maintenance fee, so we could maybe talk about that at a later date.
One other option to consider, if you talk to your engineering department, you get them to buy in on it as well, then we can add their data. Now, Watertown has all the engineering drawings in there too, everything. So they could scan, or if they haven't scanned, they could start linking them in. We could add another tab called engineering drawings. So you can bring another department and you can split your costs here. You have a lot of space on there to store that.
Yeah, we could look at the street department or something, okay?
Anything like that. Anything that helps you guys, that helps them, you can all have access to the data.
So as I understand, you provide, your service provides support in case we have some issues with accessing data, adding maps, adding whatever. You're there for us to have that, mend into the database that these guys have access to.
Yes.
But we also have the opportunity or the option of opting out and then taking the data and then putting it into our own database.
Yeah, but there's a little more to it than that. I mean, yes, we're offering support, but we're offering you web access. We're offering you disk space as well. We're offering you constant upgrades to your account and to your software. So if you add all those up compared to what you pay, you cut it off now if you want, take it. I don't know what database you put it in. You can look at it in your Excel file, I suppose.
Yeah.
And, you eventually become obsolete. It'll need to be addressed one way or another. So we're offering you access to it on any web-enabled device as well.
Okay, well, I'm looking at ways to save money.
Sure.
So I appreciate your time coming in.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
So Watertown is one of your customers?
Yeah, Watertown is one of my customers, yeah. You can go on our website and see a whole list of
Yeah.
customers. It's constantly changing, constantly being updated.
Okay.
And, we've been in business for 22 years. We take care of our customers. But there has to be value in what you're getting.
Right.
I understand. If there's not, then there's no point in paying for it. We're not interested in just taking money from people if they're not using the system.
Right, we want to be cost effective here, so.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I guess I just ask you to compare it against the time to come back and forth to get your records and so forth, as
Yeah.
compared to having them available out in the field. And that might help you a little bit.
All right. Do you have a card that you could give us?
And sure do. That one isn't mine. That says Harvard University. That's definitely not mine. That's a customer. Here we go. Anyone else?
Thank you, Ted.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay.
You guys-
Can I just, may I just ask one question?
Oh, yeah, you bet.
As a non-participating member. It appears from what you said is that there's certainly value to this program. However, it has not been used.
I don't know that it's been used. I don't know if you guys are out there accessing it. I do. We have access to track logins. It is being used. It is being used. I see people logging in multiple times a week.
Oh, yeah.
So is there an opportunity for you, because there are some new people in the employ, to come in and spend some time with the new people, maybe they're not as comfortable with everything that can be done,
Yeah, they're probably not aware of everything it'll do. That's what we're here for. That's part of what you get.
and that's contractual.
It's already in there. You have it. You have it. You want some training, we'll come in and we'll train. Myself or my production manager is my son. I'm glad they come down here, we know the system well. And when we come down here and show you how to use it, we're looking for ideas. We're looking for things to automate more for you. You know, we're supposed to be a partnership here, and we're really trying to save you some labor costs. Okay? So yes, yeah, just give us a call. Why don't you just do the contract?
Okay.
Okay. I appreciate your time, everyone.
Well, thank you for coming in today.
Yeah, no problem. No problem at all. I'm glad you called instead of just making a decision. Now at least you know what you're making a decision on.
Ted, thank you very much for coming in.
Okay, appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, you guys have a thankless job sometimes. I know what these things are like. You've had a hell of a year, haven't you?
Yeah.
Joe, you have some extra copies of the change order? Well, I wonder if the audience would like some too, I don't know. Would you guys want to look at the change order before us tonight?
We can share one, if
Okay.
you have an extra.
Just have mine here.
Okay, thanks, Glenn. Thank you. Mhm.
Is it on the agenda? I don't know what it is.
We got time, I think.
I thought we already signed all this stuff. Well, why isn't it on the agenda? We don't usually put it on the agenda, right?
No, we never used to, no. It's just something we always need.
Well,
I'm sure why we keep picking up and everything.
Well, Karen, this should be, signed purchase orders, review bills.
I just copied down the rate and give it to you.
All right, so, I need a little guide to get this thing going, so we gotta look at the bills now. Before we get into you can review the change order, we're gonna go through the bills here too, while you're doing that. Where's John?
Take these, make a copy of them. Give me a spreadsheet with them all listed, yeah, right there.
Count temps.
Have a good night.
Ted, have a good evening.
Thank you.
Go through the bills, John.
Oh, okay.
We need to get that on the agenda, next agenda we get.
Oh, all right.
Just make sure it's, if it's signed purchase orders, let's say review bills first.
Okay.
So what's this, Kathy LeBrun's cleaning service?
She comes in and cleans.
Okay, so one is paid, then two is paid, so it's $375, and it's
Right.
John Roser is $125.
Yes.
So why isn't the total due $125?
She probably didn't get the check before she mailed it to us.
So what you could do is you could just cross this thing 375 out, put 125 down there.
All right, if you wish.
That would be less confusing for,
Okay.
so what is it on the thing here, Kathy
One
LeBrun?
point sign.
Okay. How much diesel do we buy for the department?
And we have a diesel truck and that wasn't
Yeah.
Doesn't show that we get any diesel this month. It's all gas,
Yeah.
regular, regular, regular.
Question is, how we fixed on getting pricing on fuel? We decided or found out how we're gonna do that?
I'm trying to think if you actually wanted to negotiate with Knowles or, no, because of the backup generator and the availability during emergencies.
Yeah, how many emergencies we have every 5 years?
I don't know.
Okay.
I can't say, but
I think we're looking for price.
it's, snow removal and that sort of thing,
Yeah.
power outages.
We don't wanna go sole source, John. We wanna, make it fair. We wanna give a letter to these outfits. What's your price for diesel? What's your price for, you open all around the clock?
Right.
Yeah.
Emergency stuff.
I'll repeat myself from the last meeting, bear in mind that Knowles is open around the clock during storms.
Yeah?
If you do have a problem, you can call her at home and she'll come out with a truck and do something.
Yeah.
And I think that means an awful lot, as far as I'm concerned.
Events payment, what's this? Oh, this is the conference you went to?
Yeah, that was lovely.
I thought you only had 2 going.
I needed 3 more credits.
So the events, is that on there?
I don't see it where it says events. Is it under something else?
Waterworks Association,
Oh, all right.
NEWWA,
Yep,
how much?
Waterworks Association, $75.
It's $165 a pop. So it should be 3, 1.
Also, what time is it? NEWWA.
It's like $400 or $500.
Confined space, you get,
Yeah, it's 3.
you get confined space, Tim, managing in a unionized environment.
Okay, 165, okay.
And well rehab maintenance.
So this is the one with the PO already, right? We just signed. finished looking at that?
Yeah.
You went to Stu. There's a,
Now, the guy that was just in here, is this thing back in here again? We held that out last week.
Right. Yeah, it's not back in there.
It's not back.
because I didn't know what you were
well, I'd like to discuss that at the next meeting. So let's put that on the agenda. What's the name of this company?
Boston
Boston.
Computers.
Boston Scoot Scanning. See anything there at Stu that you're interested in looking at in more detail?
What's this one for? John Weston Sampson.
That was that soft start I showed you that burned out. We had to replace.
Okay, and this is a lever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cross-connection and backflow device testing program. $1,700, what's that about, John?
No, well, it's the regulations, we have to do cross-connection testing every year.
Every year. Is this the only company that does that?
No.
Have we procured this?
I don't think so.
Any reason why we can't procure it?
Good.
Who else does it?
Once again, well, I'd have to look and see. Because they've been doing this for quite a number of years.
Yeah.
We got a database set up and,
What do they do?
all the backflow devices in the various buildings, like fire sprinklers and that sort of thing, have to be tested twice a year.
So they perform 57 tests, $30 per test.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty cheap, really.
Why is this accounts receivable report? Is that attached to this? What's that mean?
Well, that's there,
Oh.
It's listed all the places, yeah.
that they did.
So they did all the commercial places around?
Yep.
When did they do that?
Dual check valves are tested once a year, and reduced pressure zone backflow preventers have to be done twice a year.
Okay, so what do they do on the, what exactly is the test they perform?
They test the device itself to make sure it's functioning.
They get inside the building and then they,
There's a gauge set up that they hook up to the device. And
yeah,
they test the pressure releases on the there's 2 check valves. And an exhaust port. And we run it through a series of tests with their machine to make sure that it's functional.
Okay, so we went through this, and all these numbers are correct? All right, so this, this is for Kinsman, is it?
Yeah. So, water plant one.
Have you gone through this, John?
Yes.
Anything here that we should be aware of, anything that sticks out like a sore thumb or what?
No, I mean, I think John went over it too.
John Hargraves?
Yeah.
Okay. Was this brought up at the construction meeting?
Yes.
When they went through all this? Weston and Sampson signed off on this?
Yes.
Okay. I don't have a problem with that.
It's just, the Weston,
Okay, so this is geoambient. So that's Hargraves. Is that on this thing here? That's supposed to be on something else, isn't it?
yeah.
He's supposed to be paid out at 1.3. That was one of our topics we discussed before. So, is that on this list here of payees? Who did this?
I think we do separate warrants.
Well, we're gonna have to check that out, because I've been trying to find out how we're gonna pay him.
Okay.
Okay, so bring this up with, Karen, how many signatures does this require?
3.
3? So, we need to straighten that out,
Okay.
okay? And then, Roy and I,
It's just a different.
or Stu and Roy, only 2 signatures are required for that?
Yeah.
Okay. We need to straighten that out.
Okay.
Once again, there's a budget for the 1.3 million,
Yes.
and there's a balance left over there, so you were supposed to call up and find out any information from Sue or Karen about how much is left of that budget.
Cable back.
Not the exact number, but it's supposed to be around 5,000.
Okay, so then just try to,
Maybe Jim,
No.
and if we have, say, $500 left in that budget, we gotta let this John know that, there's only $500 left in there. Or we gotta give him guidance, we gotta figure out what we're gonna pay him up. So we gotta work that riddle up, okay? And I need that, by Thursday, okay? Change order, did you folks look at the, was I earlier? Did you have any, did you have any comments, or did you have any comments on the change orders? We had gone through this more than once, and it's been held back quite a bit, and then We'd like to expedite that, so I don't have a problem with the change orders. I've gone through it. Boy, have you gone through it?
Yeah. The thing I don't understand is the thing was bidded at one price. And all of a sudden, now they're gonna change the block, or change this, or change that, and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it doesn't show on here, in other words, take off the 900 that was supposed to be, and now it's gonna be 1,700, you know what I'm saying? That's the part that I've just,
Did you hear that, John? Roy, I think, would like clarification on what the price was and what the adjustment is. Does this reflect the overage of the original contract price? Or does this include,
it's like this one here, John, just take for instance, item 4. Modify the beam with insulation of a web stipple plate and cover plate to accommodate the actual truss loads. I mean, originally, we was gonna have this in there, now they've got to put a rugged one in, but it just shows they want $1,700. It doesn't say that they're taking off, in other words, $800 or $1,000, what was originally figured, and now that, you know what I'm saying?
I think that some of this stuff wasn't even on it, and then they had to add to it. Otherwise, they would have, anyway, one of these things is a credit. And this is-
Yeah, that was over here. Right there.
So
That was
think-
the original one from,
I think you got,
no, I'm just saying, just give us a little more information is what I'm trying to say, you know?
yeah, I don't know if we can ask them to do that. We can
Well, I
have
think-
John come here, John Hargraves, and go over these things a little bit more, and maybe, we could even have John Sikora come in.
It's like this one here, like number 6. Yeah, it's gonna be a better block and everything, in lieu of the standard CMU block. Well, it doesn't say that, you know what I'm trying to say? You know, they just want $2,000. Or should say, originally it was supposed to be 1,000, now we're gonna charge you another 900 or another 1,900.
I see what you mean.
I mean, like this change out here, that makes sense. Putting the underground, so you're not gonna hit it plowing and digging. I can see those things, but it's just that they just throw $800 at you, and they don't say what the other one was.
I think that,
Just in the
I
future,
think
I'd like
that
to see it.
in
I'd
the
like to see
future,
it.
John, can you relay this to John Sikora and John Hargraves? That we'd like to see a little bit more backup to these change orders, you know, in other words, what the original cost was and then what this additional cost. Is it in that book there?
I think it has John Hargraves left this.
Okay, so he has a question on, which one is it? I don't.
Well, it's, you know, actually all of them. I mean, I realize
Well,
we have
pick
to
one
do
and-
it.
Let's pick one and say, look on that.
All right, just take the item number 4 one.
Item number 4.
Inside control. I don't know how John has these organized. W10 by 22 beam. Is that it?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you see anything there, Jamie, that you have any questions on?
Questions, no, just irritation, yes, but questions, no.
No, they just throw numbers at you, like you're supposed to rubber stamp it, you know, with no explanation of it.
Well, there's a process that goes on behind the scenes that we don't see.
Well, we should see it. They should explain it better.
Yeah. So the process, as I understand it, is that the contractor comes up with something that doesn't look right. For instance, the front door entry. There was a cantilever there that was gonna be, needed some more support. So what they did is they put a beam going up from the corner up to that corner of the front entryway. And they proposed it to Weston Sampson. Weston Sampson reviewed it and said, okay, yeah, you're right. We could use some more support there. You know,
Well, you take like this one here, Tim, perfect example. Item 5. You know, install wood strapping, you know, at the bottom of the things here. The recommended installation preferring greatly reduce the possibility of cracking in the future. $6,950. I mean, they don't give you any.
Yeah, we went through this before on some of the other things. Yeah, I understand. I had the same gripe. The contractors that are qualified, they're on the site, and then they figure out what their rates are, and then they put a price to it, and then they run it through the mill here. And the mill is Kinsman, to Weston and Sampson, to Sikora and John Hargraves, and then to John.
What I'm trying to say is I'd like to see, originally it was supposed to be X amount of dollars, and now we're gonna charge X amount of dollars more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I mean, just to put a number down there and expect us to rubber stamp it, I just don't like that.
The only thing I can agree to here is the $799 to put the gas line underground.
That makes sense.
Right.
I agree 100%.
They agreed to put the building up. And now they want this was $6,150 there, $18,000 there, where does it stop?
Well, we hired John Hargraves to work with our other person that works for the design construction firm to look at these things, and then they agree that these things should be modified, and they agree that there's an additional cost. And the premise is that the design on these things isn't perfect. And then the accounting for having a design that isn't perfect is to have a 5% I say fudge factor, but they have a 5% built-in change order fee.
Oh, I realize that. What I'm saying, I just like a little more details.
Yeah.
You know, what the original was supposed to be, what it was gonna cost, and now this is gonna cost this much more.
See, I don't think that, like, when the contract puts the pricing together, the concrete contractor, for example, comes up with a price to do all the concrete work in there. And he gives it to the general contractor. And then when they go through the plans and everything, they find out it's something that's not there, then they start getting change orders going. So, yeah, some of these things would be rather difficult to say what the original price was. Because it might be like what's this thing here?
High service pumps.
Yeah, so they may have had, when they put the pricing together, they priced out the pumps that were on the design drawing, and then, so maybe they could take the original price that they priced it out, but they would have to go through their records to figure out what the pricing is, and then provide that for backup. So I think that, I'm pretty sure that Hargraves and Sikora are going through the pricing thing to make sure that we are getting a fair shake on this.
I believe that, but I just like to see a little more details on this for us to.
Well, what we could do is have Sikora or Hargraves come to the meeting and we're gonna approve this stuff, so. I'm putting it forward tonight, that we ought to approve this. In the interest of not causing any delays.
Well, I agree 100%, it's just in the future, I want more.
Okay, so why don't we make a motion that we have more backup to the original price versus the proposed price on the change order. So is that a good motion?
Yep.
All right, Roy makes the motion. We have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So John, you're gonna have to relay that to John Hargraves and John Sikora, that we want what they, what the original price would have been for some of these change orders and what the current price is,
Right,
the proposed increase.
yeah.
Or an explanation that it's kinda, you can't do that on this particular item. I don't know. Okay?
Yeah, I mean, really, according to this, net change by change orders so far has only been $8,000 on this contract.
Yeah. Because we had that
Plus
Pretty
the
good
other
for
30.
$12 million.
Yeah.
We had that big, savings for the
You know,
jacking of the pipe underneath the road.
so-
And we had some other credits too, so. Do I have a motion to proceed with this change order?
The only one I'll move for is number 7,
Okay.
item number 7.
We gotta do the whole thing still.
You can do it one by one.
You wanna do it one by one?
Well, I'll vote for number 7. In good faith, I cannot vote for the others.
Okay. Roy, do you have any discussion?
No, I mean, I realize we have to do it so it doesn't hold everything up. It's just in the future, I want more information.
Unless
Right
they,
now.
Oh, we got a motion for that.
unless they come in here at the next meeting and have a very good reason. I mean, it's some simple thing here, just, one here, they just wanted, one here was just to beef up something on the block. Stiffen up plate, a block for $1,700.
Well, once again, I believe that the people working for us are trying to make sure that the cost is fair and equitable, and as much as can be with the kind of contract constraints that we're dealing with, so. I would like a motion to approve this change order.
I will, only for the simple reason, we don't want to hold up the days. And that's, but I want in the future, I want more information on any change order whatsoever.
Okay. All right, that's a motion.
Yeah.
I'll second it. Yeah, all in favor? Aye.
Abstained.
And then one abstain. Okay.
No, we have to sign this somewhere, so.
I don't know, John. Change order. How do we approve this and send this uptown?
I think Karen signs it as certification officer.
All right, we had a motion to accept this. 2 in favor, 1 abstaining. If need be, I'll come in and sign it,
Okay.
okay? Okay, next order of business. We already went through the old business. Status of the temporary temp service for accounting. What's going on with that, John?
She's been coming in according to the schedule they set up.
Okay, and any problems?
That's all fine.
Just trying to work out all the kinks on it, in the system.
Okay. Anything looking good?
It's getting there.
Okay. All right, so on the minutes, I wanted to talk about some of the things we had talked about last meeting to bring up and get for us this meeting. So, fuel cost. I thought we voted to, you know, get going on getting bids.
You want one whole bid sheet?
I would like to know what, we were looking for a discount on fuel. Saying we wanted to give it to the 3 or 4 stations we can get a hold of, you know?
Yeah.
3 in town stations would be good, all right?
Yeah.
And we want to know if they can provide the department or the town a discount, so. And we want to know by December 31st, okay? So you need to get some kind of a letter together, John, and give it to the 3 proprietors.
Yeah.
And put the time frame of, you know, please, you know, respond by the 30th, okay? And if you want to put that letter together and have me review it, I'd be happy to come down and take a look at it. Okay, so 2 due. And then I want that done this week. The truck and the plow, is that on Craigslist yet?
I thought we was keeping the block.
Huh?
Oh, keeping the plow, okay.
Yeah, actually, I got a call back from the person I talked to about changing the setup. And there was an issue with the harness with a 2-plug versus a 3-plug. Because of the newer trucks, so electronics or something. And then he said we'd have to change the lights on the old plow to convert it to a 3-plug. And it was going to kick the price of the conversion up.
Why don't we consider this? Advertise a truck with a plow and put that money towards a new plow for the other truck. By the time you change it around and everything.
Then you get a new plow, it's like $5,000 set up onto the truck.
I know, what did you say they wanted to change over, somewhere around 1,500 the last meeting?
Yeah, but after I talked to him about harness and
What's the harness?
light modifications with the arrangement that's on there, he said it could be between 2 and 2,500.
It's still half price, right?
Yeah, it was,
It's half price, but
There's nothing wrong with that plow, so
excuse me,
there's nothing wrong with that plow.
there's no wear on it to mount anything?
well, it's the pump and the cylinders and stuff too. 14 years old.
Yeah, but I mean, you can buy a pump for a lot less than $2,500.
Actually, that particular style, they build a lift cylinder right into the pump body.
What's the plow worth?
Used. I'm not sure, I guess.
If that was for the plow on a lot, I don't believe you could buy that for, I'll bet they want 3,500, 4,000 easy.
What if it was just on the truck? What would the truck command if it was a plow truck? somebody wanted to just plow their driveway. I don't know. But we're chasing our tails here, guys, so we gotta do something. We gotta get rid of that truck. We already decided on that. The plow, if you're gonna convert that to another truck, it's probably worth the money to convert it, isn't it?
I believe it's better off if we go out and buy a brand new plow, use the one we got. I mean,
Well, if you get near 2,500, I mean, you did need a pump. You start closing the gap. Perhaps we could do this, advertise it with or without the plow. But we can't play games because we need a plow on the truck.
It's all set up to go with that truck, right?
This has been going on all summer.
No, man, can that truck pull up to the plow right now, put that plow on?
No,
Why?
not because of the gas tank issue.
No, I'm not saying, you know,
No, but what Tim means,
is the plow
just
operational?
forget the gas tank now. If the gas tank was in there, and that truck started, could it drive in and hook up to the plow?
Yeah. I mean, we haven't used it since last winter as far as plowing, but
But I mean, there's nothing rubbed on it. From
the
it,
plates are
it's
still underneath, the wiring's still in it,
fine.
right?
probably, yeah, we'll look at it, but I think everything's there.
I'm just sick of talking about it week after week after week.
Do we need the plow? How many plows we got?
You got one,
Just-
We got one plow.
that's
Is that on the
right.
one right now?
Yeah.
Unless you wanna ride the backhoe all
And
the
then,
time.
can that plow go on to any other trucks out there?
That's what we've been talking about,
Yeah.
Tim, is,
You need the site,
we need the plates underneath the truck
Okay.
and the wiring harness.
And a different harness, though.
perhaps,
Let's just have at it. Let's just do it. Let's get that truck rigged up to take that plow.
perhaps this half ton out here, that we take a smaller plow instead of an 8-foot, that we take a 7.5-foot plow,
What happened?
right behind you in the garage.
Should it go on the F-150?
No, take a smaller plow, that would be a 7.5-foot plow. But fine for around here, the trucks know, you put on a new plow, there you are for many years.
I think we just ought to just get the plow and put it onto one of the other trucks. And I think we ought to just go as planned, get rid of the truck on Craigslist. They need to put the truck on Craigslist right away. And just, you know, get the auction going. And we'll work with the plow later, all right? And we can plan on doing it right now. You guys got some good ideas. One of the ideas of keeping the truck is not an idea. It ain't worth it, so the truck is.
I think you could get,
anymore.
I think you could get the 7.5-foot plow for the half-ton pickup, probably for
4,000.
yes. So you're closing the gap. And it basically will be all brand new. The truck's not 2 years old yet.
Yeah.
We all agree on one thing, the old truck out there needs to go. It's just a suggestion, you advertise it with a plow.
All right, well, we don't have to
With
take,
or without the plow, that's what I was.
do we have to take the truck to a plow dealership to put it on one of the other trucks?
Yes, to get it
Yeah,
done
they have
right.
to, like Breaking Cloud, Franklin Motors, or plays up in the
They
hand or something.
have the parts, the plates.
Okay.
They
so
do it
let's
every
just-
day, you can't,
Let's move on, let's get the truck advertised on Craigslist and get it out of here, okay? Hopefully by the end of the year.
Okay.
Can we get that on Craigslist this week? Okay. Is the,
as Jamie suggested in a previous meeting. not for sale, sealed bid.
Yeah.
Well, there's not any
As is where it is.
procurement issue, disposal of town property.
We voted, John, we already went down that road.
Oh,
I don't think so,
On
because you're not
Craigslist.
selling it on Craigslist. All you're doing is advertising the opportunity. It would be the same thing as putting it in the newspaper, saying, here's an opportunity. So you're actually not selling it on Craigslist. It's inviting, increasing the pool of people who may be interested in it. It would still go through the sealed bid process,
right.
but it's just putting out there, same thing as putting it in the newspaper.
No. Just didn't know if there was
All right, so the last thing I had was,
prohibition, it's,
has the big truck been road tested?
no, actually, Peter got it in the other day, and he was gonna start it, push the clutch down, it wouldn't come back up.
I told you, John, everything's rusted underneath. You sat out there in the grass for how long? We gotta spray it. You can work it. I mean, the thing sitting in the garage is not helping it.
Right.
So he pushed his foot down on the clutch and it didn't come back.
Right.
So you gotta pull the thing back up. You know,
That's all
you want me to come down and take it for a ride, I will.
That's all you have to do. You spray it underneath it, you take that clutch
Every
with your
pivot
hand,
point,
pull
so
it back and forth. Years ago, I had a truck like that on your diesel, and that clutch used to
every
stick every
pivot
summer.
point underneath there is all rusted from sitting outside.
Okay,
So
so
it's been inside, you know.
The other was rusted when we did it.
if you got a hold of,
I sit around there.
if you got a hold of the guy that comes here and does some maintenance, have him look at it.
All right.
Just have him go through this stuff, you know,
Just slip a spring on it.
have him go through what needs
Rubber
to be
strap
done.
and bring it up.
And have him,
That's for
Have 'em,
every-
get going.
If it's set for a week, that's when they have to work their clutch.
Truck set for 6 months or better.
okay, so, is there any other business we can think of?
John, if you've been selling any materials
No.
to customers, okay. Just remember, we can't sell any material until we have a sales tax in place.
What I'll do is I'll talk to the town administrator, with John, and, we'll figure out, I had an idea, if we know we're gonna sell a meter to somebody, and we pre-purchase the meter and pay the sales tax, and then charge him for that, does that cover that? I don't know. All right,
Didn't decide.
do I have a motion to
I'll
adjourn?
make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in
Aye.
favor? Aye.
KTV, man.
You flip the thing on there, flip the off switch on.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much.
See you down there.